Thank you for the response. Lots of good reviews, a few bad reviews, but that's part of the game. I think we had a great time making this film. I got the opportunity of working with a very good producer. He's not from a film background, but he's got passion for films. And that's the only reason why I agreed to work with Mr. Ravi Reddy and, of course, my favorite hero, Naga Chaitanya, who's always made me feel very comfortable on the sets, very comfortable working with him. This film was slightly delayed because of the Tamil project, and then once we got into the climax, Chay's Premam also, shoot was happening. So towards the climax, I couldn't get him to shave the beard and stuff like that. But other than that, I think we had a great time working on the film, and I'm very, very happy about the response. I think for Che, it's I kept telling him, Che, this is the next step for you from the soft love stories that you've done. This will be the next step, and from here on, you should launch yourself as a mass hero. Is what I keep telling him. He keeps smiling whenever I say that. But I do believe that Che has done a great job, and from now he can, completely experiment with a lot of interesting, tough mass roles. Thank you for the response. I think what I've heard is this is the largest in online bookings that has ever happened for any film. Obviously, because of the currency issue, which is very good for the country and everything. But obviously, it has affected our ticket sales a bit. Most theaters do not accept the notes, and it's not right also to accept the notes. But in spite of that, I think what we've collected is pretty decent. In spite of the demonetization, I've seen the same thing in Tamil also. There are lots of youngsters that come to the theater, and this week I think will be very good for us, including the weekend. No, I think for me the idea of one content being done in two languages and two huge markets fascinates me. So I write the script with no hero in mind, and then I have the opportunity of playing it with both the heroes. So actually the script is more suitable for Che. Simbu, if you look at Simbu, he's done action roles, he's done mass roles. But Che has not done that. So it's a story of an ordinary guy, like any one of us, who's faced in an extraordinary situation, what happens to him. For Simbu, he has to act like that. For Che, it comes naturally. So for me, the idea of leveraging the same content across both the languages is the way I think films should be made. Telugu is a huge market, bigger than Tamil, in fact, actually. So the idea of using the same story across both the languages always interests me, and I like it. And we made sure the actors are comfortable. I never made Che wait for a shot. In fact, we used to finish with Che, send him off, and then only bring Simbu on locations. Yeah, so that was interesting to me, because sometimes when Simbu does the shot a certain way, I don't show Che the shot, or I don't even tell him what Simbu has done. I tell him, this is the moment, see what you can do. And he does it very differently. And for me, the same moment being done differently by two actors gets to me. It's a high for me. I don't try and correct them so much, unless it's something very particular that I want. And on various occasions, because Simbu never used to turn up on time, we used to finish with Che. So what Che would do, I would get an idea of the character, and I would tell Simbu, can we do it this way, kind of a thing. So it worked very well for me. Thankfully, we had only one heroine, so she didn't have, No, I don't want to. For me, this was my first attempt to go slightly commercial and slightly mass, if there is a word like that. I have not done that before. So when I wrote the script, I always knew the climax is going to be this entry, and this is the idea, this is what the character becomes. I thought, let me shoot it slightly in a commercial format for the first time. So I read one review where somebody had said, up till the climax, the film is like world cinema, last 10 minutes like Telugu cinema. So you answer me, if that is right or not. I'm saying. Yeah, I read some interesting reviews about that. See, it was always conceived like that. When I narrated the story to Rahman sir, and I told him, all the songs were planned to be in the first half of the film. It is not a decision that we took on the editing table or anything like that. When I read the story to Rahman sir, I told him, it's a story of a youngster. There's a girl who comes into his life. They take off on a road trip. So introduction, there'll be a song about a bike. When she comes into the house, there's a song. And then 3 songs on the road trip. Tanu Nenu, Chakori, and Vellipomake. And he got the situations beautifully. Vellipomake, he asked me what is the situation. I told him, at one point in the script, she's going away. He doesn't want her to go away. 3 hours before he drops her at her house. At that time, in his mind, her going away is like she's going away forever. He doesn't know if he'll be able to talk to her also after that. So in his mind, there's a little fantasy moment where don't go away from me. But that is broken by an accident that happens. A truck hits him. But his mind still stays with the fact that he doesn't want her to go away. So as a truck hits him and he's flying in the air, he loses consciousness, right? So at that time, his transformation is into about the girl going away and not wanting to let her go away and calling her back and stuff like that. So it was planned like that. Rahman sir composed the song listening to the situation. When the song became a super hit audio-wise, in my team they told me change the situation. Let's put it in the second half. I said no. I composed the song telling him the situation. I inspired him with the situation. He told me he's got a string melody, one continuous melody with a little rap. You write the lyrics and come, we'll record, he said. So when the song was inspired by the situation, why should I change the situation, I thought. So I shot it within the accident and did a little fantasy portion with it. Did I change? The same film, performance will differ. And I think the climax, when the rolling titles come, the scene with Manjima and Che is a little different from Simbu and Manjima. Only in terms of performance, the film is different, otherwise the script is the same. See, unfortunately for me, I know the climax is a very monologue, dialogue-oriented climax. That was not how I had planned it on paper. On paper, I wanted to shoot training. I wanted to shoot how he investigates the case. A lot of other shots were planned. But unfortunately for me, in Tamil also, I couldn't shoot it. In Telugu, Che was doing Premam at that time and I couldn't get dates. So because of that, I couldn't shoot the montages that I had planned. His training shots were there. Even after we finished, I asked him whether we could do some training shots, but I couldn't get his dates. And I couldn't take off his beard at all. So these are problems that only I know. I would never say it otherwise. I'm not even saying what he goes through in the climax because this film is still in the theatres and this whole week is very important for us. But these are issues that only I know and it's for me to cry about and not for everybody else to know. See, most of my villains, if you see, they'll be very flamboyant and powerful and strong villains. In this particular character, I wanted somebody irritating. Somebody who will, that when he talks Hindi and Marathi, you'll feel like hitting him. But he's a cop and he's a bad cop. And when I saw him in a studio, I liked the way he looked. So we got him and I had a great time working with him. It was fun. He was really on the ball with everything and stuff. And I think he's got some appreciation here and there is what I feel. Yeah. No, he's evolved as an actor, sir, completely. EMI Chesave was his second film after Josh. He was very raw and he kept looking to me for guidance. In this film, I just told him the shot, I told him the mood, and I wanted to see what he'll do. And I like that first take always from any actor. So the first take, 90% of the time, Che's first take was beautiful. Only now and then I'll tell him, no, Che, can we do a little more or can we do a little less and stuff like that. And action also, I felt he was much more comfortable. That opening song, we did some dance also, he's much more comfortable than the first film, I thought. So I think he's definitely evolved as an actor. I liked him in Premam, I liked him in Saahasam also. I think this, it definitely helped. It definitely helped, I won't say no, but this still has got Vellipomake, A.R. Rahman's music. All the young crowd wanted to see the film. So I think even if Premam hadn't released, there was a little fight towards the end as to which film will come out first. But I think when Che suggested that Premam should come out first, the film is ready. And we were still dubbing the Tamil version. So we said, okay, fine, go ahead and release the Telugu version. Telugu was ready. The Saahasam Swaasaga was ready. But because Tamil was not ready, we said, okay, go ahead, release Premam. And we were hoping it will be a big film. And it became a big film and it helped us definitely. Yeah. No, I don't think so. The performance is completely different, right? The whole mood of the film is completely different. This is not essentially a feel-good film at all. My film is a dark film at one level. I always wanted to handle two genres in one story, and this was a great opportunity for me. And also, I think you should look at this film as a character-driven film. It's not a story. The voiceover in the first frame talks about how, as small children, they used to run around and stuff. I'm not a police, I'm not a gangster, but there's this violence in my life. So you travel with the character. And in a character's life, you see this friendship, you see this love, and slowly this violence that creeps in. Just like any of our lives. All of our lives have various genres, right? So this film has various genres like that. Yeah. No, sir, I toned it down a lot. If you see, when Baba Sehgal shoots, you don't see the gunshot entry. You don't see anything. When he shoots Manjima, you don't see. I toned it down a lot. But it's meant to disturb you a little bit, sir. But I definitely think 12-year-olds can see the film with their parents. Yeah. Sir, I never worry about how the film will do when I make the film. Because I write it. I write it because I like it and I write it a certain way that I want to write it. Once the film is made, I'm very worried about the producers. I'm very worried. I had no idea what the film will do. He kept saying this film will work. It is his confidence. And Bellankonda Suresh sir also saw the film. Dilraju sir saw the film. All three of them said, very positive film. It will do really well. Only then I got the satisfaction and courage for the Tamil version also. He saw the film actually some 1 month ago.
3 months before.
3 months before he saw the full film and he told me it will work. So somewhere there's a person who's invested the money and he's happy. So I thought, okay, the audience also will like it. I'm not sure at all, sir. I make the film because, and it is experimental, sir. I wanted to keep the first half as musical, second half as action. And that accident situation, I knew it will be talked about. And discussion is good, sir. I'm not going to run inside and hide inside a room if the film is not doing well. I'll still come up and, make it happy for him and stuff like that. So I like discussion is good.
How is the Tamil version?
It's doing really well, sir. Doing really well. Doing really well. First 3 days, very good collections. In spite of some negative reviews in leading newspapers. But it's doing really well. I have no bones in admitting that. It's doing well.
Do you have any inspiration for this film?
Sir, there is a story, there is a real incident of a doctor, sir. MBBS, and I think he had done his house surgency. And he was practicing in a small village in Tamil Nadu. And there were some anti-social elements who were trying to destroy his hospital and trying to take over the land. For about 1 year, he was fighting them. Quietly, he went, wrote his IPS, wrote his UPSC exam, became a police officer and came back to the same village as a police officer and arrested them. That was the inspiration for the stories for me. It's a real life story. Somebody's got the rights to make this also a story in Tamil. They've narrated Surya also the story actually. From that idea only, I took it into a youngster who's living in a normal kind of a household. He meets this girl and because of the violence that comes after the girl, he becomes a cop to take revenge on the police officer. I'm just saying, if I had done this as a normal guy and if I'd walked into a police station, I'll get arrested. The bad cops can influence other policemen. But now I'm a police officer. Nobody knows me. Properly with my identification, I've become a police officer. And I've come to the police station and I've deposed in front of the commissioner saying all this happened. I've got proof. This is the doctor's statement. The doctor's house, all these killings happened. And everything I've narrated to the commissioner. Commissioner is ready to, I'm ready to face inquiry also. And now my posting is in this police station where I come to talk to this bad police officer and tell him, I'm going to arrest you. The minister also going to be arrested. If that action scene hadn't played out, when the minister comes, lawyer comes, DIG, all top police officials would have come, they would have arrested the bad police officer. But he goes off, takes the gun and starts shooting. And I shoot him back. So I think it's okay, sir. It's a little commercial treatment. So I mean, you've seen the rest of the Telugu films, right? It's okay, no? One little touch, sir, that's all. Somewhere, actually the first title of this film in Tamil was, What's Your Name? That's the title of the story. I thought there's this girl who comes and stays in his house and she's never heard his name being called. What are the words, sir? Father? You don't call, no, sir? Huh? ऐसे ही रहता ना sir, they don't call. Hey Thambi, hey Kanna Vada, stuff like that. Because in Tamil, when the announcement came from the Prime Minister, distributors called me and said, don't release a film on Friday. This is Wednesday evening, sir. My overseas prints were already loaded. So I told my partner, check with Ravi Reddy, sir. They checked with him, he said, no, we are releasing. When he said we are releasing, I convinced my distributor saying we are releasing. So that's how it happened. And second half is dark action. 100% there will be discussion. And people will be a little shocked. Especially the slightly mature, older audience, I'm saying. They will love that first half. But second half, they'll be shocked. But I think somewhere we've managed to strike a balance. And the youngsters have completely loved the film. See, they don't think so much, sir. For them, it's not about genres. Why two genres? Why love? They just go with the flow of the story and they've liked it. I think this film, the core audience is the youngsters. I bought my first car when I was 30, sir. Till then, I was only on the bike. When I made my first film and all, I was only on the bike. And I used to go on road trips a lot. So all that, even the moments that spent with the girl in the house, the conversations, all that is from real life. Yeah.
All alone?
Never alone, sir. Yeah, not the Telugu. Telugu has been only 1 year exactly. Tamil took some more time, yeah.
Obviously, it is Saahasam. So what kept you going in the...
No, I think, sir, somewhere this passion for film has never died, sir. Whatever it is. He was very supportive, sir, because honestly, if you tell me, the film got delayed because of the Tamil version. We couldn't shoot parallel most of the time. And we were waiting for Simbu's dates. And Simbu was going through one lean phase and, he was a little upset and stuff like that. So we had to keep talking to him. Che was always waiting. So in the middle, Chase started Premam. Then we had to wait for 2-3 months. So, but we were always there. The team was always there. Continuity was maintained to 99% with Che, not with Simbu. There was no disappointment as such, sir. We were worried, but we kept pushing at it. I think the team really worked. I think Chaitanya will agree, sir. One more film. I'm not sure.
Future on the bowling with Chaitanya 30 hours.
No, not necessary, sir. Actually, I want to launch him in Tamil. I think he'll really work well. He's got a very good-looking face, and he's a nice guy to work with. And he keeps telling me, and he speaks Tamil also. I'm not taking away your hero. I'm only giving him a bigger market.
Both
That's it.
versions.
No, sir. I mean, I know how most people work here, but he was very, very supportive. Very supportive. I'm not saying this in front of the camera. He knows me. I know him really well. A lot of delays because of Tamil, but he kept. If he wanted, he could release the Telugu version first. Telugu version was ready 1 month ago. I gave him the first copy. I kept holding on to the first copy a little more because I wanted to make a little more changes. Rahman sir said, last reel, because you've done this police station thing, let me rework the song and all that stuff. So I gave him a version for censor already. I've heard that in spite of the currency issues and the film is doing really well in the theatres and there's a very young crowd in the theatres. This film can be watched by families also. Please come and watch this film. It's a new dimension for Naga Chaitanya, and there's some mind-blowing Telugu music with some beautiful lyrics by A. Rahman sir. At least for that, just come and watch the film. It's an experience to see this film in the theatre. Thank you so much.